synchronizing aeons. You're tuned into the signal. Neon lights in a digital zone. Charts don't matter, we persist forever. No fear, no doubt, no sell-off mind. Aeons aware, we're ahead of time. From whispers on, chained to a global wave. Community strong, only the bold stay. Every update, every sign. We decode the now, we define the line. Aeons online, signal is live. SPX6900, we don't just survive. News, events, energy strong. Built by the people, forever long. Aeons online, lock it in. Latest moves, where legend begin. No charge, no fear, no end in sight. Persist forever, Aeons ignite. Persist forever. Aeons. This is Aeons Online. Your early
Yo, welcome to Aeons Online, episode 13. I'm your host, Jordan Rears, and we've got very Hoodish, my co-host, and special guest, Dr. Jesse Shaw here with us today. How you going, Jesse?
Hey guys, what an intro, man. I really dig it. That was amazing. I loved it, and I'm glad to be here, and I wore this shirt for you today, as I know that we connect like that.
Yeah. I'm gonna leave the more interesting, crazy conversation till later on in the show, which is actually good because that's when we get the most people watching us. On average,
Perfect.
each week, by the end of the show, we've been having about 1,500 to 2,000 people watching us on Twitter.
Wow. Congratulations.
Yeah,
You
it's only
deserve
like, yeah, thank you. There's only a handful on YouTube, but we get so many on Twitter. I guess that's where most of SPX resides still at the moment.
Right.
And
Well,
so,
congratulations. I mean, I've watched you guys grow this show, and I've been getting on, and I appreciate you inviting me in, and I'm very much looking for the conversation all week. I've been looking forward to it.
oh, that's awesome. Yeah, really waiting to chat with you guys. You were so excited. Hoodish, do you want to ask him some questions to start with?
I mean, we'll go down the SPX route, not the alien route. I'll leave that to Jordan. No, man, what I was going to, I guess, start with is like, how did you find SPX? Like, what got you here? Like, were you crypto prior?
Well, I actually, I was on.
Yeah.
I was on a cruise with my mom's 75th birthday, and I came across Murad's talk, the 2049, meme coin super cycle talk, and it just hit me, and I'm like, wow, wait a second, that made a lot of sense. And then I started doing my research. I jumped in at that moment, and I never turned back since that time. That was my introduction into it. So I guess like a lot of people, that was their introduction into it. And I kind of went very, very heavy. As soon as I went in really big, and I've been supporting it ever since.
Was that your first experience of crypto, like at all, or were you like Bitcoiner before that?
Oh no, I've been in Bitcoin. I've been Bitcoin since 2000, like for 11 years.
Yeah, wow.
I'm a Bitcoin maxi guy who's never sold my Bitcoin. Very lucky. It's not that I'm smarter than anybody. I learned a life lesson. My dad was a graphic designer, and he went from block screening to using the Apple IIe, one of the first Apples, when graphic design went from block screen, like from manual labor, to the Apple computer. So when my grandfather, when I turned 16, my grandfather gave each of the 3 grandkids $5,000 of stock in an electric company in New York. Well, of course, my cousins, we all lived in Florida. At 16, you could buy a car, you could drive. So they bought cars. And my dad was like, no, you're going to buy this company called Apple when I was, back in high school. So when that 5,000 went to 45,000, of course, my mom and everyone said, sell it, get rid of it. But that lesson, that wound up being a lesson, which I thought it was a mistake, obviously, because it'd be worth millions now. But that lesson taught me to never sell my Bitcoin. So I just kind of held on, and I was a Bitcoin maxi, and I wasn't really in anything else at all. I was just Bitcoin, and then I saw that talk, and obviously I've watched meme coins, and I've watched the evolution of meme coins, and they've changed, over time and changed people's lives. And then when I saw that talk, I was like, this is the one that's been waiting for me. This is my calling. This was the opportunity and the time for me to jump into the meme coin world that I had never been in before this. So
can I stop
that
you
was
for a
my
second? So basically what you did is you went from Bitcoin and then you jumped over all the junk in between it and just found SPX. I think yours is the most unique story. I don't think I've ever heard of anybody else missing out on all the things that cause them to lose money, from rug pulls and from just like the market switching and like, man, you that's an amazing story, because you've literally jumped, but like from Bitcoin to SPX, you've somehow gone from like,
again, if you think about it, that's why I'm so bullish on SPX, because I've been through the Bitcoin beginning time frames. And so like, this is the only thing that reminded me of early stage Bitcoin. And so like, when you see the pictures of like the first Bitcoin conference and the SPX conference and how the energy was then, and like Maddox talks about it, and people talk about it. So like, I see that. And so for again, I'm very lucky. Like I said, most people, if you get something at 600, 16,000, they sell it. But I didn't do that with my Bitcoin. So it allowed me to not jump into all those rug pulls, because I was never chasing something that a lot of people, the dream that a lot of people were, let's say, were chasing. I made that mistake with my Apple. So I had paid the price already. Right. And I had learned. So that mistake was my lesson to not make it again.
Yep.
So,
I made that mistake with Bitcoin. I was in like you. I was in early, like 11 years ago as well. Actually, for me, it was 13 years ago. I was in. Oh, wait, when?
Right.
Was that? Yeah, I was in very early, like 2013.
And if you would have had the Apple story, you would have kept your Bitcoin.
Exactly. But I said I had the Bitcoin story of selling Bitcoin. Then I also have like the bit in between where I jumped between all these altcoins, and my portfolio hit 7 figures multiple times and came back down. But now I've learned like, if I just stuck to Bitcoin only, I would already be flying. But now I'm just going to stick to
You'd be an SPX, and you would be mega SPX like you are now. So it all comes full circle. It doesn't matter.
It does, yeah.
When you find the right energy and the right intellectual group that attracts you, and it's the right one, that's the lesson, right? That's what it's about.
Almost anybody who's found SPX over time, they just put everything in, because you see it and you get more conviction. Yeah. Same.
I hold two things. I hold two things. I hold Bitcoin and I hold SPX.
That's the barbell strategy, right? That's the barbell strategy.
That's it. That's all my crypto. I did get into a little bit of micro strategy because I believe in Michael Saylor.
Yeah.
But I mean, as far as my holdings go in crypto, it's 2 tokens. It's big, in safety deposit boxes, and then it's SPX in my cold storage wallets.
Yeah, nice.
So Jesse, you watched the Murad speech, and you buy only SPX?
That's it.
Yeah. Why SPX over the other things on the list for you? Like, why did you go down that route rather than, let's say one of the other coins?
Well, because honestly, I was able to be myself in SPX. You see, in my world, I'm a surgeon. I can't do the things like the Cognisphere allows me to be myself. I can talk about plant medicine. I could talk about proof of human. I can't talk about any of these things with people that I work with. Like they either one don't understand it, two don't get it, or three, they'll call me a drug addict if I told them I go do ayahuasca in the jungle. Like, it's like, so the cognosphere was a place for me to land and enjoy these conversations and not have to censor myself.
Yep.
I love that. Yeah,
cool.
I love that.
So it allows you to be you authentically. Yeah.
Authentically
No
proof
judgment.
of human.
Yeah.
That's
no
it.
judgment. Yeah. You can talk about psychedelic stuff, whereas because, well, you're from the medical background, I imagine that'd be almost a taboo subject for you in that
I
field.
can't talk about it at
Yeah,
all.
at all,
Like,
right? Yeah.
they look at it as heroin and cocaine. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
These doctors, you have to remember, I'm very unique because I come from an artist background. I was an artist in New York City. I don't come from doctors and lawyers. So I saw, artists and Andy Warhol doing cocaine with my dad in a living room while they were making their best work. It's like it wasn't never taboo for me. But in this medical profession, God forbid you talk about, doing ayahuasca or like Brian Johnson just did Bufo. Like,
Yeah.
like it's they don't know any better. They're like, oh, you're doing heroin. Like these guys that grow up with like a silver spoon in their mouth and a bow tie and a tie, and they don't have the ability to think outside the box. For me, surgery's just been art. My dad was an artist, and I got his hands. And I don't like medicine. I don't like centralized medicine. I'm not in a medicine person. My wife's a Chinese medical doctor. She does acupuncture and herbs. I am in a field that I'm in one field. If I did not get into orthopedic sports medicine, where I actually make people smile with my hands and fix them and get them back on the basketball court or get them back running and stuff like that. I don't deal with cancer. I don't deal with dying. I don't deal with the sicknesses. Thank God we have people that do that. But I took 15 or 20 chef classes when I was in medical school. If I didn't get into this, I was going to go cook for people.
I could see you as a chef, man. I could for sure see you as a chef. That's
right?
a different timeline.
One way or another, I was going to make people smile with my hands and my person, So it's a very rewarding field for me because it's a hobby. It's an art room for me. There's not a day that I'm blessed. There's not a day that I wake up and go to work. Like it's like producing music or painting. When I'm in the operating room, I turn my meditation music on and actually I let my divine intuition come in, and that's how I operate.
Yeah, I feel like your energy doesn't matter whether you would have been a surgeon or a chef, you would have been successful. That's just my vibe for you, man. I think you would have been
Thank
successful.
you. I appreciate that. I would have loved what I love life. Like I love life. I enjoy more than anything this communication with two other people right now that I've never met in real life, that I could sit down and talk about anything. Right. That's when you ask me why 6900, right? Why SPX? This is why SPX. There's no other group. There's none. All right. And I've been searching and I've been looking and I've been taking my time and I've been waiting to find the right one because I'm secure with my Bitcoin. I didn't have to do anything. And I'm a certain, like I don't have to chase something. I was waiting to find that group that I can connect with and just magically integrate frequencies with. And SPX6900 was the one. And it is the one. I believe it's the chosen one.
And is that partly because of the spiritual side as well, the token? Did that draw you in more? Or was
I'm sorry,
that not
say that again?
The spiritual side of the token? Like, there's a lot of imagery that's like out of this world.
Oh, you know what? It's everything. There's not one thing. It's a very unique community. It's a very intellectually honest community. Does that make
I feel
sense?
like it blends the intellectual and it blends the artist, right? There's really a combination here that's unique, as you're saying. Like there's not. I've done the opposite way. I went through like every big sort of coin and like every different community. I went into a lot of them. I spent time in the trenches. I spent lots of time on X in those other communities, and there's nothing that has the fundamentals of SPX in terms of the depth. Like it just has so much depth. A lot of the coins had one thing or they had another thing, but they didn't have a big group of things together that just make
Well, they
up.
didn't have the cognosphere. The cognosphere.
Yeah, they didn't have there's no cognosphere.
Like that's people don't realize how big of a concept that is, because it encompasses everything. It encompasses your music, it encompasses your art, it encompasses your conversations, it encompasses your Aeons, it encompasses your NFTs, whatever it is, your marketing, your sales, your shirts, your equipment. Like the cognosphere is where we live. And that's why I think I got a little bit in trouble the other day. I welcomed somebody into the cognosphere, but like I truly believe that the cognosphere is for everybody, even the bad actors. The cognosphere is where they might get right. And so I know you have to be careful of it. And I know that you don't want to, like a lot of people, I get people asking me for donations all the time, and I have to really like be concerning about it. And, you know, I don't do it really. There's a couple of people when Mike got hacked, when Mike got hacked, of course, I donated to him. I donated to Grill Ape for the Art Basel event. You know, like I do the things that I think are right. I think there's one of the guys, Kent, who does like for kids, I think in Peru or something like that. I've given that, but like I invited this person in this week. I think it's called Smashy, and listen, I'm not dumb. I know it looked suspicious, but at the same time, that person might have seen something, and now all of a sudden they might turn into our biggest cheerleader. Who knows? I don't know. But you have to be cautious, and you have to understand that. But this is the cognosphere is where somebody who might be a bad actor might have a chance at finding friends and changing.
Yeah, it sounds like your heart's in the right place. Your heart's in the right place when you welcoming people.
I'm a humanist. Of course, I believe in humanity.
Yeah,
I will believe in humanity till I can't anymore.
Yeah, it's because your energy is real positive, so you want to help people who maybe need the help to stay. I get it. It's a great quality. Yeah. And on the other side is what I would say is about this space that we're in, not SPX as such, but when we're on X and these platforms, it is a cesspool of people who are bad actors who will infiltrate. There are Trojan horses everywhere. And you've got to be super careful, because you might be smart enough to not click a link, but God forbid, no Name might click a link.
And me under the bus here.
I'm constantly into it, like talking to him, because he's a friend now, and I'm like, dude, just make sure never do this. And he knows, and he's getting better at all this side of things. But like,
did something happen to him?
No, but like it does happen is my point, and it does drain people.
Right. Well, it happened to Mike, right? Didn't it happen to Mike?
Yeah. It can happen to the smartest.
It happened to 3 Aeons in a week. Like 69 Cent lost. I think it was $300,000 or $400,000. It was a lot.
It's a lot of money.
When was this?
It's life changing.
Last year, same week as Mike, I think. Yeah.
It is life changing. You have to be very, very careful. So okay. So maybe you know what? I guess it's just me. I believe in humanity so much that
I think it's a good thing.
It's
a good thing, Jay.
But you know what's good about it? What's good about it is that I brought it to everybody's attention, and then the right people kind of squashed it, maybe. So
the immune system kicks in. That's what it is.
Right.
Sometimes the people who call it out, even though they might seem like at the time that it isn't like welcoming, sometimes it's like the hard word is the right word. That's the way I look at it sometimes. Yeah. And then maybe
somebody who can handle the hype criticism and still stay, that might say something for them if they still stay, right? They kind of like they made it through the checkpoint, right? They crossed the checkpoint. We unleashed hype on them, and they're like, all right, well, fuck you, hype. I'm staying in the cognosphere.
Exactly.
That sounds like you're talking to Unk there. Nah. Just joking.
Both Unk, hype, Nick, it's all the same. I love those guys.
Yeah. You know, it's really interesting that there's so many people in the cognosphere that the cool thing, right, is in other communities, there's usually only a few guys that are the face of it or that talk about it. And when they are sick or they don't want to do it anymore, whatever, it makes a big difference to the project. I love that in SPX, you can go away for a week or two and come back and no one's going to really notice. Just about anybody in it can do that. because we've got such a large
Right.
group. There's enough people there to take over that you don't even notice. There's no missing gap.
I went away for
Right.
a month. I just came back like a week and a half ago. I just got really busy. I wanted to concentrate on this presentation for Amsterdam without any interference. And I came back, and bro, there were so many new faces that I have never seen.
I've
there's
had
a lot of new faces.
I think daily I've had at least 1 or 2 people adding me that a lot of them seem legit. Again, I'm
Right.
pretty cautious now. I don't always accept people straight away. I think in crypto, almost like 1 in 2, 1 in 3 of them are bad actors now. It's pretty sad.
You know,
Agreed.
another thing that just hit me that you said, I guess so one of the reasons why I'm not as cautious as you is because I haven't been in all those other tokens.
Yes.
in rug
Yeah.
pulls.
For
I haven't.
sure. I've seen the
So
worst of them. I've seen the worst.
So I've heard of them, but I've never personally felt them. So I might be a little naive, honestly, when it comes to the bad actors. I might.
That's fine as long as you're not giving stuff away to them and
right.
Yeah, but
I might
don't
be a
think
little
that-
naive to the bad actors because it's never happened to me.
Jesse, I'm like you. I'm a permanent optimist. Like I'm always looking at like everything working out all the time, and it has bit me in the bum before sometimes. So I understand. I get it. I definitely want to change gear and I want to dive in. Hoodish, you cool if I dive in now to some experience?
Jump in the pool, mate.
So Jesse, tell me, how did you find out about ayahuasca? Like, what drew you in, and was that your first psychedelic experience, or did you have mushrooms or LSD or something else before that?
Okay, so there's a difference between experience of doing medicine and doing it socially at a concert for fun, right? So like,
Huge.
Like when I was in high school, we used to pick mushrooms and play with them, but I never practiced the art of medicine with it. I was just, maybe I take like a half of a cap and go to a concert with my friends, but that's actually disrespectful to me of the medicine. Now that I've fully come to an understanding of the medicine. So I went through a little bit of a rough time. And this is why I love the Cognisphere, because I can tell you guys this story, and I can't tell anybody I work with, right? I'm a surgeon. God forbid I did drugs, right? So I went through a time that I was doing a lot of drugs, and I was partying, and I was this young, let's say 35, 40-year-old guy with money and no responsibility except my work, and no kids yet, and wasn't married yet, and I was just partying and doing the party drugs. I didn't get into anything like shooting or anything like that, but like I was doing MDMA, I was doing cocaine, I was sometimes smoking meth, and it almost got to me. And I'm gonna tell you a really interesting story. And I was at my wit's end, and I was almost gonna probably lose my business, and I went to one of these like trust fund kid raves at the top of a building, on a rooftop of a building, and everybody was dressed in black. And there was everybody was in black, and there was this one couple, and they were dressed in white. It was the only 2 people that were dressed in white. The guy walks up to me and he says to me, "You have something to tell me, don't you?" And I'm like, "Yeah, man." I'm like, "I've been doing too many drugs and I need to stop, and I'm going to lose, everything that I care about." And he goes, "I have somebody for you." That night, they drove me home from the party. I went home with them. They took me to my house, and he's like, "Let me have your number." I gave him my number, and my number was already in his phone.
Whoa.
Okay. True story. My number was already in his phone. And he's like, "I'm going to introduce you to my shaman. My shaman saved my life." And at that moment, that was about 3 years ago. At that moment, I met the shaman, and she did a medicine with me, and I've never touched a synthetic substance in my life again. And I have no desire to. She cleansed me completely. And as I started to do the medicine with her, she told me she's been waiting for me for 35 years, that she almost gave up. That because I go very, very deep with her. I trust her completely, and we go and we do medicine now together, just me and her, and we connect and we talk telepathically, and we do things telekinetically and stuff like that. So I've been really practicing a lot with it, and it's really changed my life for the better.
That's really interesting, man. That's really cool. Thanks for sharing that.
Are you talking about ayahuasca
Yeah.
specifically?
That's what I can do in the cognisphere that's what I could do in the cognisphere that I can't do anywhere else. So that's really important to me, to be able to share this with people.
You know what's interesting is
What did you say? I'm sorry. What did you say, the experience with ayahuasca?
Were you talking about ayahuasca like specifically there? Like when you were doing
well, I
medicine?
do.
Yep.
I do all the medicines. I do combo, ayahuasca, bufo, samadhi, mushrooms, but I don't do them all the time. I do it we do it like once every 3 months.
Yeah, okay.
As a reset. And I have the shaman on salary. I meet with her once a month. Doesn't mean we do medicine. Sometimes we just meditate and play with energy. But it's really been a really important awakening in my life. It's allowed me to not want or need anything anymore. Right? When you want and need something, that comes from a place of lack. You want to choose everything in your life.
Yeah.
So at this point, I choose everything. I don't want or need anything, and that's a different mindset. And once you awaken and you can see that type of mindset, believe it or not, everything comes in. Everything that you want to come in could come in. Like there's a book called Transurfing Reality, or Reality Transferring. I don't know if I've told you guys about it, but like if you want money, the worst thing you can do is strive to make money. Like it's like the faster or harder you swim, the more resistance the water brings you. If you want money, you just have to do what you do and not think about it, and then it will flow into you.
Like let it come.
So these are like these are like some of the downloads that I've gotten from practicing this medicine, and it's really, really worked and changed my life in multiple ways.
Cool. Well, I'll follow up your story with I actually had a very similar experience. It's a different. I was basically abusing alcohol, right? I was close to being alcoholic. My wife was with me. We were just boyfriend girlfriend then, and I was in like the jungle camping, and we met this lady who was like super high level meditator. She'd just been traveling around meditating all the time. She literally looked at us and she said, "I can see your future if you don't change, and it's not good, right?" Like she's like, you're gonna die, right? And so she hooked us up with a phone number that took us to a naturopath that helped me cleanse and go down the healthy path and completely change my ways. And I'm sober over 10 years now. And so
Congrats.
yeah, thank you. But it was sort of similar to how you met like that random guy in the white.
That's crazy.
It was almost like a random guide was put there to give you a choice and to help you out if you so choose it, right?
There's no coincidence that person was there. That was meant to happen the way it happens.
Yep. And yeah, that whole thing changed my life. It brought me to plant medicine eventually as well. For me, not ayahuasca. I've never done ayahuasca, but mushrooms and I don't really do it often now. It's more like but if it's done for spiritual purposes. It's not done as a party drug or anything. That's what a lot of people go wrong is they try psychedelics as a party drug. It's not a party drug. It can mess you up. I know someone who did it as a party drug and he got pretty messed up.
Yeah, I can't imagine doing mushrooms as a party experience. I think it would be terrible.
Yeah, I mean, you can literally lose your mind, right? If you're depending on how heavy
around people, loud music and stuff like that. No way, I would do no good. I would be no.
Setting is important, right? You want a calm setting. You want a nice environment. You want nice people with good vibes. It's all about the vibes.
Yeah, my shaman's very particular. Like because you can absorb someone else's bad energy in the middle of it. So like she's very particular with who's allowed to come in when we do medicine. Like it's not just random people. Like she doesn't do it for the money. She does it. She was born in the jungle. Like she's grown up serving medicine in the jungle. So like for her, it's very, very spiritual, and it's very, very important. And it's not like, oh, hey, you want to come? We'll charge you $500 to come. You know, no, it's not like she doesn't care about the money like that. There's a lot of fake shaman out in Florida. You got to be very careful of who you do it with.
Yeah, I don't think we have any in Melbourne. Maybe there's some somewhere.
Queensland.
I'm sure you do.
Yeah, they're up in the warm weather in Queensland.
Yeah.
I was going to say,
I'm sure you do.
you said you could talk with telepathy. I'll just go. Have you had any out of body experiences, like going to higher states of consciousness? Can you tell me any of those? Any particular stands out?
Okay, so it's hard to explain because there's a saying in the Quran, what he gives you is just for you, right? But so I can explain that, like, you know, I've sat with God for 8 hours and just gotten download and answers. Like, so I look at medicine like this, and this is how it was explained to me. You know how they say that humans only use 20% of their brain and they don't use the 80%? I think that's completely wrong. Well, the way I experience medicine is this. You know that we only see, like, 1% of the light spectrum, humans? They can only see like 1% of the light spectrum, I believe, right? So if you can imagine an air filter, right? The brain actually filters 80% of the universe out. It only gives you 20%. So when you do medicine, it's almost like the filter turns off, and then you can get 100% of the downloads of the universe.
Yeah. No more filters temporarily.
Right. So in essence, your brain is always filtering 80% out. It's not that you only use 20%. It's that the brain is like a car filter or an air filter, and it filters 80% of it out to what you need. But when you do the medicine, it's almost like that filter, the brain just turns off and just allows every download and everything to come in. And some of like my writing, some of my concepts in surgery, some of my thought processes on business, they, like, you know, naming and the sex of my child. My wife is pregnant right now. That came to me in the last meditation. You know, and it's like,
cool.
Yeah, like I really use it for my life. Like it's really important to me.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And I'm blessed. You know, she told me that, you know, she told me that she's been waiting for me for 35 years. She almost quit. The last time she was able to talk to somebody telepathically was one of her masters who taught her. That was 35 years ago, and she thought she was not going to see it again.
Have you seen Bashar?
Of course. I'm reading his book right now. I'm reading one of his books right now.
Yeah. And you're not going to the July 24th or something event? They've got like Bashar, Ryok. They've got like they've got Cryon. They got, I don't know. It's like all the spiritual masters are all going there. It's going to be absolutely insane.
Where's that?
I still want to go to that. It might have been Miami. Might have been Miami. This
is in Miami for real.
I think so. It was a spiritual event with like all the best possible panel I've ever seen. Best lineup.
I'll be upset if I missed that.
Yeah, I'll have to check. I'll send you a link later. I saw it the other day. It looks amazing. Amazing lineup. Like, I've never been to US.
If that's the lineup, I'm going to be there. And if you want to stay in my house, you're more than welcome to come.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. I'll
anybody's always welcome to come.
Yeah, that's awesome, Jesse. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Yeah, thanks so much for sharing. I like how you went deep and you explained a lot, and I'm sure that might be the first time you told that story, at least publicly. So
it's the second time I told it. I told it to Southern Fried Chad about 6 months ago when he had me on 7 months ago.
Oh, nice. Yeah. I've seen I
think I was on like his third episode or something. So it was really, early on.
Yeah, you were one of the first ones I saw.
I didn't go this deep. I didn't get that about the party I was at and everything. But
because it sounded a bit different to me. But yeah. Yeah,
I feel
I like
comfortable in the
Chad. Chad's
Cognosphere
amazing.
now to talk. Like I feel
Well,
comfortable to talk. You guys are like my brothers, so you know that. I mean, that's what's really neat about this community. Like, you know, when I met everybody at Art Basel, it was like I already knew them. I'm sure when I see you in Amsterdam, it's going to be like I already. Are you going to Amsterdam? Or are you guys going?
No, I'm not
No.
yet.
Well, I'll see you at some point. Whenever I
You will.
do see you, I'm
Yeah, I
sure
can't wait. I can't wait.
it's gonna be like, you know, when you really have true friends and brothers, you can go a year, 2, 3 years, and then as soon as you see them, it's like you never lost any time, you know?
Yes, yeah. I've got a friend like that. If I call him and we chat, it's like we're still like in primary school together and just laughing the whole
Yeah.
time. It's fun. Awesome. Hoodish, have you got any more questions? Do you know where to go from here?
About the aliens or no?
Yeah, you can ask me anything about that.
No, you got to convince me that aliens are real. There you go.
Yeah, Jesse, you gotta
Convince me that
explain to
aliens are
Hoodish.
real.
He doesn't believe in aliens.
Nah.
Well, listen, the pure numbers, you know, don't lie. It's almost an impossibility that there's not intelligent species out there with the pure numbers. So, you know, I look at it sometimes like this, like maybe we're just not developed enough yet for them to care. Like, when was the last time you went and looked at an anthill and looked at the ants? Like, it's not worth caring. We might be so minute. Like, we've only had electricity for 150 years. There might be a civilization that had 150,000 years of electricity. Like, what do they look like? You know what I mean? So, like, we might be the ant pile, the lowest on the totem pole. Who knows?
But Jesse,
But
if I believe in the Bible, like, how can I believe in aliens? That's sort of the thing. You know what I mean?
Well, that's the dichotomy right there. People that really truly are very strongly related into the Bible don't believe in aliens. You know, I have a different outlook on religion. I was very lucky to. I had a Italian dad and I had a Jewish mom, and for some reason I never partook to any of it. Like, if they would go to church or they would go to temple or they would wear a cross or a Jewish star, like, I had this most amazing connection with a source. Like, I always felt like I was protected, and like I would have like a force field around me. My friends used to tell me, you know, rain would fall, raindrops don't hit me. And obviously it was like, you know, that's just like what they used to say. It wasn't true, but things would happen to me that, you know, I was just always protected, but I always had this really strong connection with source or God. Like, I always, when I would lay in bed at night by myself, I would have this connection with source and have a conversation. So what I realized, one of the first things when I went really, really deep in medicine and I sat with God, I got the answer for that. And what I believe is the answer for that all of that stuff, church, temple, Bibles, Qurans, this, that, in my opinion of what I saw when I sat, when I went into that other dimension and talked with sources, that those are all cultural and familial traditions. They're not religion. The only thing that is religion, the only thing, is that conversation that you have when you're by yourself with whatever it is, God, Henry, dog, cat, Buddha, Allah, Muslim, whatever it is, whatever you call it, that connection that you have when you're by yourself alone in bed or wherever it is that you do it. Because we've all seen people that go to church and go to temple 15,000 times a week and they don't have the same connection that I have or you have or whatever. So,
Yeah.
So what I learned is religion is that's the only thing that is religion, is that connection and that frequency. Everything else is what grandparents taught your parents and your parents taught you, and you teach your kids and you do that and blah, 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 blah. Because 99.9% of people, when they're born, they're given a name, race, and religion, and they're boxed into that. And they never have the ability to go check out everything else and come back. Thank God for me, I had the ability to check out and come back and do what I want, because I had two separate religions in my own household. And so maybe that gave me the ability to say, wait a second, they don't have this thing that I have. They don't have this connection, this feeling that I have deep inside my soul that I have. And so I never went to church or temple because, and I just always had the most amazing relationship with God or source or whatever you want to call it. And it's funny because some people called me an atheist, like even in my family, and I'm like, that's the last thing I am. Like I know God is with me every moment, every day. Like I feel it like that. But it's a feeling, and it's a connection. It's nothing to do with reading a book or wearing or whatever the fuck you want to do.
Dude,
But some people
that
need
was like the
that. That's
best
fine.
answer. That was like the best answer I've ever heard.
You
Some
can't be an
people listen,
atheist and in SPX anyway, because you
Yeah.
got
some people need that cultish connection to feel something. Maybe they're missing something, but I never needed that. I just think I was blessed to have that connection from the beginning. Since I was 4 years old, I felt something around me all the time.
Jesse, what do you think happens when we die? What does that mean to you?
I don't think we ever die.
So like,
Matter
what does
cannot
that mean?
be created or destroyed. I
So
think.
the physical body, obviously.
Well, I think this is a simulation. Anyways, I think we're at
Okay.
100%. I'm completely convinced now this is a simulation.
Yeah. So you believe
it is.
after this present moment, then, as if it's temporary, your human body. I'll play with what you're thinking, because I like what you're thinking. So what happens once the human body dies? Do you just like transcend consciousness? Like what happens in your view? Or you're not sure, or you just
How
don't know?
about I offer you an insight
Go,
for you to see a
please.
possibility? Okay. When we're born and we die, there's one chemical that gets released, 5-MeO-DMT.
Yep.
Okay. If you want to break through the fear and you want to see what's next, I urge you to do Bufo and because when you do that, you go through the white light and you see what's next. And I can't explain it because, again, that is one of the things that is what he shows you is only for you. I can't explain except you do go through the white light and there's nothing to be scared of. It's beautiful. It's more beautiful than here. It's an amazing, loving connection feeling with, I think, the oneness consciousness of the universe.
I've seen a lot of people speak about psychedelics. Like I used to be super, super interested in those conversations all the time. I was fascinated for like pretty much between, I guess, like 2016 and 2020. Like, and I went deep on a lot of those things. I haven't done DMT or ayahuasca because I feel like I'm not ready to do that. I feel like I've got a lot of like hesitation to like surrender to that experience. However, like I have done mushrooms twice. One was a really bad experience because I didn't surrender, and the other time was really good. So I think they need to be respected. I've never, again, done mushrooms, gone out partying or anything like that. I've been quiet, tried to go deep on it. But yeah, definitely these things help, I think, unlock things.
Well, I'll tell you this. So you're right on, because it's too it would be irresponsible for anybody to tell you you have to do this because it's too powerful. You have to be ready. You have to say to yourself, I want to do this and I'm not going to be scared, control it. I'm going to give in and do it. That's the hardest thing in the world for anybody to do. Up to this day, I'm telling you this, the ultimate human experience that you can possibly do is 5-MeO-DMT. There is no higher experience on this earth that you can do.
Jesse, have you done normal DMT?
No.
Because that is insanely. It's like mushrooms times 100. Like that's the way I describe it. So it's different to the 5. The one you're talking about,
5-MeO is the strongest. It's like 1,000 times more than the NN-DMT. But the thing is this: it's called the God molecule for a reason, right? It's released when you die, and it's released when you're born.
And you can breathe it out as well. You can maybe not. I'm not sure if it's that. I think it's the normal DMT, but you can produce it just through breathing exercises.
You can.
Like
There's breath work that you can do and stuff like that.
Yeah,
but I would tell you that experience is still to this day the scariest thing that I do. Like even though I've done it like 10 times, I still am fucking nervous every time I'm going to do it again.
Yeah.
Because it's the ultimate experience on this, in this dimension. It's just it would
Well,
change
you're
if everybody
you're
on this.
you're no longer in this dimension after that. You're out of this dimension pretty quickly. you're in another place.
Yeah, no, you go to what's next. Like you'll see what's next. That I've seen what's next in what's been shown to me. And it's really interesting because one of the things that I learned with medicine is, fear is made up. Like if you're scared to do it, remember that's just something that your mind doesn't want to let go and control. Like it's just that you have to get through. And I can tell you this, when you go through that experience and you come back, imagine how you feel when you know you've gone through the ultimate, scariest, most intense experience that you can possibly do, and you come back and you know you're okay.
Yeah, imagine most things would just be like shake off. You would shake off most negativity in your life because it would be meaningless to you in a way. Once you've seen, like,
there's no stress and no anxiety. Yeah. Like if you can go through this world, like if you want to free yourself, one of the free in this world is if you can go through this world and say, I am okay with whatever. I'm okay with love. Yep. I'm okay with loss. I'm okay with health. I'm okay with sickness. I'm okay with rich. I'm okay. If you have no expectation and you understand that the journey is the answer.
Yep.
And you're okay with whatever happens, you're free.
That's right?
It's the mind. It's the mind that fucks you.
Yeah.
It's the mind. It's the expectations. I have to have a house. I have to have kids. I have to have money. I have a job. I have to do this. Blah 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 blah. And then it's like, wait a second, man. Like you're always looking at something and you're missing the ride of life, right? Because you're looking to the next thing.
Yeah.
The journey is everything, right? The journey is literally out.
The journey is the answer. The journey is the lesson.
I've been getting that in my own personal life. Like, we've had struggles, and like, instead of it being a struggle, I'm like, this is just a challenge to see what's going to happen. And it's actually, I should enjoy the challenge. I should enjoy the struggle.
It's the perfect game simulation of creation. Okay. Yep. It's perfect. It's like a pendulum. Okay. The more the pendulum swings, the brighter the light shines, the darker the shadow it casts. And you have to figure out every day how to just play the game, man. And that's all it is. But it's the greatest game. It's God's most unbelievable creation.
Yep.
Yeah. I definitely believe in these medicines after, like, obviously I've researched these stuff a lot, but I had an experience with a friend. So, and I didn't do anything, but this person here, he was really business orientated, and I met him at a work conference 3 years ago, and he was real rigid, uptight, would always talk about numbers, KPIs, like real 500 agent,
just
annoying, right?
Yeah. One of those.
But we got along on some other subjects, so we were kind of close. And anyway, he told me he was he was hating life and he was going to do something, mushrooms, DMT, something like this. And I was like, oh, have you done it before? I said, yes, I have. I said, just respect it, be quiet, just calm, only do it when you're ready. He agreed. I saw him a year after. He went to the jungle. He went to South America and he did ayahuasca. And he's completely different. Like, doesn't talk about money, doesn't, like, when I'm at this conference, he doesn't care. He's like, oh, it's all bullshit. We just literally wag conference events and go do saunas and just talk and just go get coffee, whatever it is. And this person, I'm telling you, I did not think that was possible for this human being because he was so rigid and so,
So he let his ego go. His ego is gone now.
It's gone dead. It's buried.
I mean, but not just that. Like you awaken. Once you awaken to what the experience is about. But think about it. We're taught, right, since a little kid to use your intelligence, use your brain, right? That's wrong. Use your brain means learn how they want you to learn and do. So the genius, right? Like when you want to have your creativity or you want to create something or Newton did the law of gravity, right? In order to find your greatness and your genius, whether it's art, music, writing, business, whatever it is in this world, it's actually opposite. In order to create the genius, you have to turn off your brain, turn off your intelligence, and let your divine intuition come in. So like Newton, he discovered the law of gravity because an apple fucking hit him in the head, not because he went out to find it.
Yeah.
Right. So like when you want to lock in on, want to create something, or you want to write a book, or you want to do a business venture, or you want to do something, if you just turn your brain off, which the medicine does, and let your intuition and downloads come, that's when your genius comes. That's the essence of genius, is to allow your divine intuition to come through.
Yeah. Have you read any Joe Dispenza?
Yeah.
Dr. Joe?
Of course.
Yeah.
Brain heart coherence.
Yeah. A lot of the stuff he's saying like just reminds me of things I've read in Becoming Supernatural, like a lot of it. And it's a real hard book to read. Really hard book for me to read. A lot of hard words, and I had to read it twice to understand it at a really dumb level. But
I have a list of books that I would love to share with you, because it seems like you would love the books that I read.
Send them my way. I'm always reading.
Right now, I'm reading right now a Bashar book, The 7 Secrets of Greatness.
From Daryl Anker.
Yep, the 7 Secrets of Greatness.
Oh, I didn't realize he had books.
I'll share my
I've been watching
he did the foreword. The person writing the book is like a disciple of his, but he quotes Bashar in the book constantly.
Yeah.
If you want, I can give a list. Maybe you guys can post. I'll send you guys a list, and you can post it, because I think these are just amazing books. Laws of Abundance, Supernatural, a whole bunch. I have a whole bunch that I read.
There's a really good book people want to know about. There's one on money called Energy of Money. It's a really, really good book. I'm not sure if you've seen that one.
I think I read that one.
Yeah, it has like a almost like the pyramid and the eye and stuff on the cover.
Yeah.
It's really good.
It talks a lot about the laws of abundance. Is that book by Deepak Chopra? Is that a Deepak Chopra book?
I don't know. I've read some of his as well, but I'm not sure.
So like, it's the laws of abundance. Like, what people don't understand, like, how many rich dicks do you know? Like rich assholes, right?
No.
Because they don't understand the laws of abundance. The laws of abundance, there's 9 pieces to the pie, and money is only one of them. You have to have health, love, family, self-worth, determination, drive. Like money is only one of the 9 pieces. You want to be wealthy. You don't want to be a rich dick.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So
100%.
So when you understand happiness, love, family, health, like there's 9 pieces wealthy, and most people just concentrate on the one that's money, and that's only one of the 9.
Yep.
I personally think money is the worst metric of success. I think it's one of the worst metrics of success. Yeah. And you can meet someone with money, and they can be as dense as hell. They can be, not emotionally intelligent at all. They could be overweight. They could be feeling terrible about themselves. Who cares if they've got like millions of dollars in the bank? It means nothing. It's just it's another game, right?
Listen, people commit suicide that have tons of money. Yeah.
They do. There's a reason.
I talk about this in my lecture, the proof of human lecture that I'm going to be doing. So I also read Iman Moussaf's The Last Economy, which just came out this year or last year.
So you guys are live streaming
the
Amsterdam event. Sorry, Jesse. You guys are live streaming. You guys are live streaming the Amsterdam event, right? So we'll be able to watch you live still.
I'm pretty sure they will be. Sure they will be.
On your presentation,
I hope that
is that going to be like a long presentation?
Probably about 30 minutes.
Great.
That's a lot, though. That's like that's awesome.
I dive into a lot of things that people already know, but I really want to home in on like what it means to be human in the age of digital, of the digital age. So like, I really believe that money as you know it, believe it or not, all of this money talk is not going to matter, because money's not going to be what it is in 20 years. Like I personally don't believe that money's even going to be anything anymore. When you have 8 billion robots doing everything for free, your cost of goods and services are going to go to nothing. So
The cost
we're
is
gonna
just
have-
above electricity. Yeah, yeah.
I think we'll have a universal high income. And I think that money will not be the value. The most important and most valuable commodity in the future will be human to human interaction and scarcity, authenticity with scarcity. So that's why this token is sitting at a very interesting, unique spot. That it's so unique that I can't explain to you. It's the cognosphere is the only place that you can get a human to human interaction in the future, right? When you're in the age of AI and everything is replicated and everything is duplicated and nothing is real, the most valuable commodity in the world will be human connection, which we have, and authentic scarcity, which we have. Okay, that's why Bitcoin's going to be $50 million a token in 20 years. People don't realize it. It's 70,000 right now, but it's going to 25, 40, $50 million in 20 years, because the only thing we will have is mathematical proof of scarcity. Everything else will be replicated and duplicated in AI.
But the other thing in 20 years, Bitcoin's
human contact. Say that again.
Bitcoin's still being mined in 20 years. There's more supply, right? But SPX is all supplies out. That's just something to keep
finite.
in mind. Yep.
Only 30% left. That's floatable. That's a very big thing I'm going to talk about in Amsterdam. Like, people don't realize, like, they see the number 1 billion.
Currently,
there's
15%.
only 300 million tokens.
Yeah. Currently, there's only 15% supply left of SPX. Is only 15%.
I think there's 30. There's like 28, 29% left.
90 days, I think 90 days diamond hands is 85% right now.
Right, but what I'm saying is, from the billion tokens, approximately 700 million are spoken for.
Yep.
There's only 30% float right now because you have diamond hands and you have burn and you have lockup.
Yeah, yeah.
I'll get into that in the talk.
Yeah,
there's actually
that wasn't like the 1 year. You're talking like the 1 year. I'm talking like the 90 days. So 90 days.
No, I'm just talking in general.
Pardon? Yep.
I'm just talking in general.
Okay.
There's only, I think, 279 million tokens left that are up for sale.
Yeah, probably less.
Because 70% are diamond handed, 6.9% were burned. I have the chart, but I don't want to give it away.
No. I want to see.
Yeah, we'll wait. We'll wait for your presentation.
Yeah.
I think we're talking.
People don't realize out of the billion tokens, there's only 280 million left. Like, that's not much.
Yeah.
And if people are DCAing and we're the number one in the meme coin sector, which, by the way, I don't consider us a meme coin anymore.
No.
I think we are. I believe that we are token ever to evolve out of a meme coin space to a movement token. We should have our own category.
I think we're the only movement token. We're one of one. There's only one movement token, right?
Right. But besides that, we're the first token that graduated. Like, all the other memes are still memes, like Apu and this one and that one or whatever. They're good. They have good people, but they're still memes. We're the first token that matured and evolved into a movement coin, a true movement. I don't think there's ever been a coin that's done that.
Hyper bullish. Thank you for everybody watching too. We've got quite a few people watching us right now. So
yeah, they came for Dr. Jesse.
I don't know about that. They came for you guys. They came for you guys, man.
Not a chance.
Yes, I think so. I have never been to Australia, so maybe I'll make a trip over there.
Ooh, July 11th, we're having an event here.
I can't come this year. My wife's
can stay
pregnant.
At my house. If
I'm having
like.
a child, by the way. I'm having a boy, another boy.
Congrats, man.
When roughly?
September.
Cool.
Okay.
She's 4 months, 4.5 months right now. I couldn't
your
leave
wife
her in
probably
July.
Your wife probably won't want to be.
I definitely couldn't come to Australia in July this year.
Yeah.
We'll see you next year, mate.
Yeah.
Or maybe I'll see you in Art Basel, right? But I'll come to Australia.
Oh, you look. If SPX is flying, then Hoodish and I are going to be loaded up. We can maybe make it to Art Basel.
Listen, I want to have an SPX jet one day. A real one.
Whoa, that would be
Listen,
cool.
that all the Aeons can use if they want to use it. It's on me.
You
Go
park
for
it.
That
You
would
can
be
park
sick.
it on Unk's ranch.
There you go. But
That's a good idea.
you know, so people don't realize there's only, if you count the diamond hands and the lockup and the burn, there's only, I think, 279 million tokens out of the 1 billion that are available to sell. Now, if the diamond hand people sold theirs, that'd be different. But since
Sure.
we have 70%, you know, I think it's 72 people that have bought SPX have never sold.
Wow, that's a high stat. Yeah, that's a high stat. So the one
It's
I
the
look
high in the
at,
whole meme
Jesse,
coin
is
sector, by the way.
it is. Have you seen holder scan? Holder scan's a metric I go by. It's 90 days. So the last 90 days, 85%
I haven't
haven't
seen
sold. Yeah, 85% haven't sold at all in the last 90 days. So,
So
that
in the
diamond hand's
history
gonna
of
be 90%
SPX,
very confident.
the metric is 70%. 70 to 75% have never
Yeah.
sold. That's extraordinary.
insane.
Like there's nothing like
Yeah,
that.
no, that's
It's
more
insane.
than Bitcoin. That's
That's-
more than Bitcoin.
That's why they're. Yes, it is more than Bitcoin, especially now. I mean, a lot of the OGs sold when it was 120,000.
Yeah.
You know,
I mean,
this time.
they had like a.
By the way,
1,000.
now they're buying back in at 68,
Yeah.
90,000.
They had
They all just
1,000
bought
X,
back
why
in
not
for the
sell?
record. Like I said, the whole money thing I think is for nothing anyways, because again, the most valuable commodities in the future will be human to human interaction and contact and authentic scarcity.
Jesse, have you heard of the idea that
I don't think money's going to be what it is.
No, you're 100% correct. Money won't be very relevant in about 10 years, I believe. I think, like you said, the cost of
I agree.
everything's going to go down to the cost of electricity, basically. But
Go
even
to
then,
zero.
electricity.
If you have 8 billion robots
Yep.
making your shirt at 36 cents an hour that go 24/7, 365,
Yeah.
don't call in sick, and you're not paying them insurance and everything, your $100 shoes are going to be 10 cents.
Yeah. Yep. So we're going to live in sort of like, have you seen Orville, the TV series Orville?
No, I haven't.
Orville's sort of like Star Trek in a way, but it's like there's no such thing.
Orville.
Yeah, there's no such thing as money, but they work for status. They work for purpose and honor, sort of thing.
Right.
And so, and anything they want, they can just print. Like they print clothing, they print food, they print like all that sort of thing.
That's actually a telltale sign of what's about to happen.
Yeah, it looks like the future pretty much, and they're just out in the galaxy trying to like look for life and help other civilizations and stuff. That's pretty much what Orville's like.
When you don't have to use your energy to worry about your bills, you're gonna see the human being pop off basically in creativity, and there'll be a rough period when people lose their jobs and everything. But you'll see the essence of the, how can I say this, of the amazing human being. Like we're definitely on the cusp of this. So the Industrial Revolution, everything went like this, slow, steady, like this. The technology AI revolution, it's a logarithmic. We're on the curve. We're about this. You're going to see people live to 150 to 200 years, 250 years, very healthy. Not having people take care of them. You're going to see what's called longevity escape velocity. Have you heard of that? Have you guys heard of longevity escape velocity?
I know exactly what you're talking about. I've heard different versions of it, like how there's 23 telomeres in our DNA, and there's a 24th telomere that's turning on that helps us live like 1,000 years. I don't know if you've heard about that.
Well, okay. So the software has been cracked. The DNA software has been cracked. That's all it is a software thing, right? The hardware now is being cracked. So the thing is this: longevity escape velocity is this. For every year that you're alive right now, the AI and the technology is giving you 4 months back. In the next 10 years, for every year you're alive, the AI and technology are going to give you a year back. We become basically immortal. And that's happening. You're starting to see that right now in medicine. You're starting to see cancer cured, right? You're starting to see peptides take the place of pills by big pharma that kill you. right? Pills that never fix anything, that never cure anything, right? I think I saw a thing that Pfizer and Eli Lilly have never cured one disease. All they do is treat symptoms. So you're starting to see that the AI and technology will give you a year for year, and we're going to become immortal. Like when I say immortal, well, it'll take time, but you're definitely going to see somebody right now that lives to 150, healthy, if not 200, 250. Right? So they have the Greenland shark who lives to 450, and now they found a jellyfish that's immortal that never dies. So now the codes are starting. The codes are starting to get cracked now, and the technology and synthetic biology is going to be amazing. Synthetic biology is.
Jesse, would you take on a robot body? Would you take on a synthetic robot body?
Of course I would.
You would?
Of course I would.
Oh.
Yes. I would go to space too if you offered me the chance.
Yeah, I think I'd go to space as well. I think so. I'm not 100%.
As soon as they're selling plots on the moon, I'm out. See you guys later.
That's funny. Alrighty.
But
yeah,
really cool things in science are happening right now. AI is allowing us to figure out stuff that took 20 years. Now it takes 2 days. So they're seeing that like light beams and matter, like everything we know is wrong. Like we know chicken scratch of what the reality of stuff is.
Yes.
So
yeah,
it's really cool
know like
what's happening.
Of what's been happening. Yeah.
That's it, man.
And as you
that's
said,
what I'm saying. That's why I'm saying maybe the aliens, if there are aliens, because I know, but maybe the aliens don't care about us yet because we're like that little ant pile that's not sophisticated enough for them to even look at. We can't even stop. We can't even stop killing each other. Why would they come fuck with us?
No, I've heard they're here. They're here. They're watching. I've also heard that nukes are not a problem. Like everyone's scared of a nuclear war.
They were turned off twice. The aliens turned off two
nukes
that
are
were
not
about
allowed
to
to
fire.
be used. Humans are not allowed to use nukes anymore. So whenever the presidents are all like giving, like it's all bluffing. They know for sure they can't use them. They're just bluffing all the time.
I believe that. I thought that too, to be honest with you.
They're like, well, let's take these toys away from these kids because when we did use nukes many years ago, it actually disrupted other dimensions, other universes. Because
well, let me ask you this: if you don't believe in aliens, how do you believe the pyramids were built?
Yeah, I don't know. It's tricky. I don't know a lot though. I'll admit I don't know a lot. I don't
because
pretend to know.
The pyramids point to direct north better than just about any satellite we have right now. And there's no way for them to get the King's Chambers. They have 70-ton granite rocks up at the top of the chamber. Like it's impossible.
I was about to say our current technology cannot get close to building a pyramid.
No, it can't do it.
No. Like you could get all of humanity together in one place with all our best technology. You still can't build one of those pyramids.
There's no way. And then if you take the Sphinx, and you chop the head right in half, it's identically symmetrical, which they cannot do with machinery today.
Yeah, there's cuts made in the rocks. Yeah. There's cuts made in the rocks that we don't have technology for.
You know what's crazy? It should be all over the front page of the news for the last year, and it got like 1 week's worth of play. Did you see what they found underneath the pyramids? The columns that go 200 meters down?
Yeah,
like, that's real stuff.
Well, I've heard. Jesse, should we go conspiracy theories here? And have you heard there's a whole world under the earth?
Time out. No. I'm not even going to acknowledge conspiracy theory anymore because it's all been proven true. So it's not conspiracy theory anymore.
Well, shall we reveal the truth that there's a world underneath the earth that's living?
There's something there. There's something there. The pyramids, if you look it up when we get done tonight, if you look what they found last year, they have what's called LiDAR now, which is like ultrasonic satellite imagery that they've never had, where they found pyramids in the Amazon jungle, they found pyramids in Antarctica, and now they found underneath the pyramids in Giza, there's copper coils that go 200 meters below the surface that are some kind of like energy battery. It's insane. And it was there for 1 week and they took it off the internet.
I heard the pyramids are giant batteries. That's what I've heard for the whole earth.
Yeah. Well, they did find Göbekli Tepe, right? The temple in Turkey. It's like 16,000 years old. Now listen, if these things are real, which they are, it would destroy every religion on this planet.
All the
And
history.
that's the problem. That's why they won't tell you the truth, because people can't wrap their head around that. They're boxed in, right? You're born a name, race, and religion, and God forbid it's not true. Like, I guess humanity's not ready for that.
Interesting. I will look into the pyramids a bit more.
Please.
That's for sure. I'm always interested by that sort of stuff. I like listening to Graham Hancock speak, and I
love Graham Hancock and Randall Carlson. Those guys are great.
Yeah.
What's his name? What's the Billy Carson? Is that the black guy?
Billy Carlson. Yeah, he's awesome.
Billy
He's
Carson.
amazing.
I love all those. Have you seen Darius J. Wright? If you talk about outer body experience,
Yeah.
Have you?
Yeah.
That's the guy.
Can I share with you, Jesse? Can I share with you a quick experience of my my first out of body experience?
Yeah.
I was I'll just do a brief 3-minute one. I've told this story 10 times now, so I'm getting pretty good at it. But I was sitting on a couch, just meditating at 5 a.m. in the morning. I don't know why I couldn't sleep all night. I was called to. I don't know. I can't even explain this. Someone sent me all these links on YouTube that I watched. I swear to God, I learned a different language. It was something random out of nowhere. I watched this whole thing. I learned this different language. I sat down on the couch. I meditated at 5 a.m. in the morning. I was on LSD, so I'll put that out there. But I meditated, and this is all full experience. I breathed up, and I went up and out of my body. I felt this huge vibration, went up and out. And the very first place I was taken is down to this hell realm. It was a dark, scary place, and it was all these mucky entities that felt like the energy was trying to vampire me. And out of nowhere, I thought of Deepak Chopra, because you mentioned him earlier. I felt Deepak Chopra and his love for me. Instantly, this giant angel came out. It felt like it was Archangel Michael came down, grabbed me, took me up, almost like on a bungee cord, right up to really high level dimension, huge amounts of energy, and it was just this pure God space, and it was a pure love reality. You said you sat with God.
It's not scary at all.
It was the most amazing experience I've ever had.
Yeah.
But what's so funny is because we're human, we have the human mind. Over time, I wanted to do something else. I got bored of being in pure love, right? So I went to a review room, and they did a life review. They went through my life.
Interesting.
And I went to see all the things I did right, all the things I did wrong, all the pain I'd caused, all the joy I'd caused. And it was amazing. It was there was no judgment, right? The only judgment was me judging myself. No one else.
Well, okay, I was just about to tell you. What if there is no right or wrong?
There is no right or wrong.
What if it's just all the lesson?
But
it's just the lesson.
But you have to judge yourself. So you want to do best by yourself,
you don't.
right?
No, you don't.
Well, you know what I mean. Anyway, and then they asked me a question. I said, "Do you want to go to the next dimension, or do you want to stay? Do you want to go back to your body and keep living?" And I said, "Oh, I think I showed them everything was through telepathy. So this experience lasted 4 or 5 hours. It was a long time, but
wow.
When I went back,
lucky you.
Thank you. I'll explain this in a second. But basically, I said I showed them with telepathy. I showed them all the things I'm attached to, like my girlfriend, my dog, my mom, my brother. Right, those are the 4 things I can remember that I was attached to. So okay, you can go back to your body, back to Earth, but you need to help people. That was the only message they said. You have to help people, and that was the message I got. And I went straight back, and I went through diving through different dimensions. I could see them almost flat planes of different dimensions I was going through. I remember going to the Earth, what we call the Earth dimension. It looked like a very flat, tiny slither of reality. That's what we live here. This little tiny
total
thing.
Simulation, man. I'm telling you.
And I went back to my body, and it was but I remember going in. My brain could only take in so much of this experience. It was such a huge experience. It's like I'd experienced lifetime.
But I think that's the genius of the body. I think the creator knew that we can't handle everything at one time. You have to filter it out, because and there. Listen, I think there's lost technologies and things. I think things are coming back right now that are just now being rediscovered. Telepathic communication, telekinetic movement, consciousness. I think consciousness is the next frontier that really gets evaluated, because like, how much longer can this nastiness go on? I feel something biblical is coming soon. Like,
So
people are
Jesse,
not.
yeah, I believe it is disclosure, and aliens, ETs, whatever you want to call them, high dimensional beings, are coming to
Right.
help us. I believe the Earth, like as you're saying, like the Earth is shifting, and I think they're gonna come and help us with, they're gonna expose themselves, or they've always been here. We just didn't know about it, right? There's people have been living amongst ETs forever, and they're going to bring technologies. They're going to, like, how do they fly around? Well, they have free energy devices. When they bring their technology to us, imagine when we get free energy, that completely changes everything everywhere. Because,
Well, I mean,
the way
that's been around though forever. That's why everybody who's talked about free energy has been killed, from Nikola Tesla to all the other people. The thing is this. So, I don't know how it's going to go, but I could tell you one thing that's happening. There has been, over the last 5 years, a great awakening. People are, like, plant medicine and psychedelic therapy is coming around big time. Like, it's starting to get sanctioned by universities, and studies are happening, and they're starting to get funding, and people are starting to awake to maybe the way that we were, controlled to think. Like, maybe, like, money and status is not what it is. Maybe it's love and community and family and intellectual thought processes and conversation. Like, people are starting to wake up to the bullshit, right? Like, what's this experience about? It's about surfing a wave on the Barrier Reef, eating sushi in Japan, going to a ballet in Russia. It's not about being a good employee and working 9 to 5 and making money to pay your bills. Like, that's what they taught you.
Yeah.
People are starting to say, wait a second, where's the experience? Why do humans believe they own this earth? Why are there boundaries? Why are there demarcations of different countries? Why can't I go experience the land of Iran? Why can't I go experience the land of Russia? Why can't I go to the Antarctica and experience that? Why can't I go to Peru? Who allowed human beings to demarcate the earth? Like, I believe in the future, this will all go away, because it doesn't make sense. Like it should just be a tribe. Like, I want to go experience the culture of Africa. I want to go experience the culture of Argentina. I want to go experience the culture of Venezuela, or the culture of Cuba. Why is Cuba locked down? Why is North Korea not accessible? Why is Antarctica not accessible? Like, this is Earth. It's supposed to be to everybody. Who all of a sudden somebody owns it and man owns it and puts lines there and says, this is North America, that's South America, and you can't come here unless you show me a passport, and blah, 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 blah. It's just like, since who owns the earth?
Rothschild. No, I was just joking.
But, so I think people are waking up to be like, wait a second, man. Like, I want to experience the earth. I want to experience the experience. Like, this clocking in and clocking out 9 to 5. Like, I didn't sign up for that when I came here.
100%. And yeah, you're right. Everyone's starting to wake up to it. And I think SPX6900 is actually part of that. I actually feel like our movement is a big part of people awakening.
That's
and we're
right.
going to gain.
Like, my kids won't go to school. I don't send my kids to school. My kids do not go to school.
My kids are homeschooled. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, what? So think about this. You raise your hand to go to a bathroom, a bell rings, you go to another room. You raise your hand to go to the bathroom again, you go to a cafeteria.
It's training us to be sheep.
Yeah.
It's prison. It's the same thing as jail.
It's worse. In jail, you get free food and TV.
I disagree. I don't think it's prison. I think it is literally by design, so you feel comfortable 40 hours under artificial light at your job. Yeah.
Become a sheep.
They're teaching you to be good.
Truthfully, that is. You
That's
are
it.
right. That is a version of prison. You're just getting paid for it. Yeah. You're just not getting paid 15 cents an hour.
I mean,
like
so think about it. So there's two types of learning, right? So there's hard focus, narrow frame, and soft focus, wide frame. So let me ask you this: what's your hobby? What's your hobby?
I play sport and poker and reading and.
Okay, poker, is that what you said? Right? Okay, so let's say, so this is the difference between narrow frame, hard focus, and soft frame, right? In schools, they teach narrow frame, hard focus. In life, this is how we like to learn. So let's say we all go to the bookstore and we go to the second floor of the bookstore and we're all reading this poker book, right? And like, dude, this is a cool poker. So you can then go home without even thinking about it, right? You'd be able to tell your friend or your kid, dude, chapter 4 was of like royal flushes. It was so cool. This was a great book. And you just remember it because it's something enjoyable. Or in school, you're going to read the book that I tell you, the chapter that I tell you on the days that I tell you. Then you're going to take a test the way I interpret the book, not the way you interpret it, but the way I interpret the book.
Yep.
Like that's not how you learn.
So let's look at that from the real world though as well now. And when I say the real world, I'll just say the working world. If let's say you're in finance, right, or sales, you might have your own way of like getting across the information to make a sale, right? You might be different to the way you've been trained, but that's immediately neutered because you have to do it the way you've been trained. So everything comes back to you're only as good as your training, but who is training you? And so that's why you've got all these people in like finance who are all robots. They're all NPCs. Honestly, hospitality is the same. They're all NPCs, like all of them. Very rarely.
You just explained to me. I'm so happy you said that.
Yeah.
I'm so happy you said that because that's why I don't like medicine. If you don't follow the algorithm that big pharma paid for, like, so big pharma, all their studies that tell you what the right medicine and the right pathway, it's just a paid for study by big pharma.
Yep.
And if you don't follow their algorithm, then you're sued for malpractice.
Yep. Sounds pretty standard.
Right? If I don't give you this statin when your cholesterol is high and I don't put you on a lifelong statin, then I'm doing malpractice because you have high cholesterol. Instead of me telling you, hey, stop eating shellfish, don't drink alcohol, eat fruits and vegetables, and your cholesterol will naturally go down.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not allowed to say that. I have to say, here's a statin by Pfizer. You're going to be on one pill every other day for the rest of your life.
Jesse, can I just stop for a second, check in? How much time do you have? Because I'm loving the conversation, but I realize we're at 1 hour and 20 minutes so far.
Oh, I'm.
You good?
I didn't even know I wasn't paying attention to it. I will tell you, I would like to.
Yeah, go grab a drink. Go grab a drink. Go grab a drink.
Mate. Yeah,
when my wife comes back with my child, if she says I have to get off, then I might have to get off. But we'll see. Yeah. Right now, I'm enjoying. I've been telling her this for a week, so she knows.
We've already done 1 hour and 23 minutes. It's just flying by. I feel like we could go all day long. We just keep going.
Jordan, go another 15, and then if you guys want to keep going, you can. I'll jump off.
Yeah.
But
no worries.
I got another 15 in me. It's good conversation. Sorry, what was that, Jesse?
How much longer do you have?
I've got 15 minutes left.
All right, let me grab a drink and let's do 15 minutes. And
of course.
I think that might be a good time because I know my wife went out of the house for a walk.
Yeah, okay. Perfect. Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
give me 1 second.
Sounds good.
Yeah, do your thing, man.
Yeah. Hoodish, so this really, really fun conversation today. I'm trying to think of do you want to go through any recent news at all?
The only thing I wanted to say before we get back to that, because that's interesting is if anyone hasn't jumped on the Aeon terminal, do it. It's cool. I jumped on the other day. There's like some modules, I guess. There's like 10 or so modules. I think they're like super interesting if you're like truly like not that familiar with like crypto terms, lingo, Ethereum, any of that stuff. I think Mike's done a really, really good job with the modules I've done so far, even though, to me, I understand it. But many who might not, like Noname, should do those modules. Yeah. I'm not picking on Noname. I love Noname.
No, I love it because he's normally focused. So you can say Noname and Ankh because they're both sort of like more normies, so they're good to use as examples.
The thing is, like, yeah. They might not just get certain parts of, you know, the crypto side of things, but I think what Mike's done there is super beneficial if you are just unsure about a bunch of things. You can jump on, do those modules. It's also got like a chat I saw. It's got a voting thing, which I thought was cool.
Oh, yes, I've got to use a voting thing. I use that.
Really cool. He's done a really cool job. You can customize it the way you want it to look with colors and stuff. I think he's done a really good job. So well done to Mike. Shout out to Mike. I know he's working a job now as well, so he's doing a lot on the side. So yeah, we're pretty lucky.
All right.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
I agree, Maddox. It's real cool. It's real cool.
How
I love
long
how
has your
Maddox
show?
is watching our show.
How long is this show usually?
Usually an hour.
About an hour.
Oh,
Sometimes
Oh,
up to an
man.
hour and a half. I think an
Good
hour and a half is our
conversation.
longest. So
Gotta
we're gonna
keep
break our
following.
record here.
Mm.
yeah.
Where were we? Where were we? Oh yeah.
I'm happy to be with you guys doing this.
It's fun.
No, I appreciate
Fun,
it.
man.
Yeah. So
It's been a really interesting conversation, right?
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
Deep
Trying
down
to
the rabbit,
figure
deep
out.
down the rabbit hole.
Where were we though?
let's talk about 6900 to wrap it up,
Do you think?
because you know what I mean. So let me ask you. I mean, the only relevant community that I could compare it to would be the Bitcoin community. Is that correct? Do you guys see the same, or?
Yeah, I was in Bitcoin early when it was just Bitcoin. There was like Bitcoin, I think, and Litecoin. Do you remember that? Bitcoin,
I remember
Litecoin. That was
Litecoin.
it.
Yeah.
And Litecoin had no community. It was really just Bitcoin, and Litecoin was just off the back of it. It was just like a derivative. And I've noticed that the energy is definitely very, very similar. The idea behind Bitcoin was to basically to flip the stock market, but then now it's taken over by hedge funds and Wall Street and all the ETFs and everything.
It's still gonna flip the stock market. It's still gonna flip everything's. Everything's gonna flip the stock market because the stock market's gonna be done. The fiat dollar is gonna
how
crash.
does it work with Michael Saylor, right? Who's like, he's in the stock market, but he also has a ton of Bitcoin. So that's like they're like leveraging each other.
Well, that's a very innovative thing that he did. He's going to be the richest man in the world. He's going to be.
But what happens if Bitcoin goes up, right? And say SPX goes up and the stock market does get flipped? What happens to him? I guess he'll be like a really high stock then. He'll be one of the only stocks that stays up, I guess, maybe.
Well, remember, it'll be the only one because it's backed by Bitcoin. It's not backed by a business or a model.
That's a funny idea. Yeah.
Let me. That's the genius of it. Let me just plug my computer in. The genius is that it's backed by a scarce, mathematically proven concept, right? Bitcoin.
Do you need to get that?
I think my family's back.
Do you think? Do you want to?
No, I'm with you guys. This is amazing.
Sure.
This has been what I wanted to talk. I will tell you, remember when we were talking about some similarities? I don't think it's coincidence that when I was in Bitcoin El Salvador, I don't know if you guys saw, but I talked about SPX with Adam Beck.
Oh, really?
Did you see the picture I posted? So, like, he's one of the originals.
Yeah.
So, we do have that energy where the beginning, one of the beginning fathers of Bitcoin and one of the first, let's say faces of SPX got together, and I actually sat with him in El Salvador, and we talked.
That was a real photo because I thought that might have been AI or something.
No, that would never do that. That was really him. And I gave him a sticker. I gave him an SPX6900.
He's
sticker.
like a creator of a lot of things, right? Like he created a lot of things.
He was there at the beginning with Satoshi, man. Like he's
interesting. So
he's one of the first.
He doesn't have a big following, like millions of people follow him.
Oh yeah, he's got over 2 million followers.
So if he starts posting SPX,
that's why I SPX'd him as soon as I saw him.
If he starts talking about SPX, like that's we don't have that many that have publicly stated. Look, I know I've heard in the background. There's people with millions of followers that have SPX that haven't talked about it yet. So do you think those?
Well, the diversity of the cognosphere is really nice. I mean, you have everything from young people to old people to professionals to non-professionals to artists to writers to musicians to uh, you know like clothing. Like we have a very interesting, intelligent community, and I only see it getting better from here. I love the fact that people, health is about it. People are showing themselves get better. People are stopping alcohol. People are designing clothes. People are making videos. People are doing radio shows, TV shows, podcasts. Like this is it's a very it's just one of a kind. I mean, that's all I can really say. I believe it's one of a kind. That's why I'm here.
Do you think some of those people with those millions of followers are waiting till everything sort of goes back up before they start talking about it?
I don't know. No one's talking about anything right now except war and taxes and high price of gas. So I mean, we're a little bit on the bottom of the totem pole at the moment. We're not as important as some other stuff that's going on right now. But we'll have our day.
Sure.
Listen, I was thinking about this today because I was coming on the show. It's gonna happen again. You're gonna have that. I know it's gonna be SPX, but you're gonna have that Shiba Inu run. You're gonna have that Doge run. Like it's coming. It's just like. This is the test. Can you weather it? Can you stand it? And let me tell you something. I've never, even Bitcoin, I've never seen a community in the worst fucking time ever of crypto do what we're doing. I've never seen it. Like this doesn't exist at times like this. It's a very interesting thing.
I think it was Mike or somebody pointed out that last year we had one event, right? One in real life event. This year we're having 5. How many are we going to have in 2027? 10? How many are we going to have in 2028? 100? Like it's going to grow exponentially,
Who
right?
knows?
Like this is the thing.
I think we're on the cusp of that, that what was it called? The critical mass,
critical
right?
mass,
we're right there.
Yeah.
It's right there, and you know what? Let it fester. Let it run a little bit.
It's
more
all the journey, right? It's all the journey. It's the fun of it.
Yeah. Let this thing brew in the worst of times. Imagine what the best of times.
Speaking of Jesse, have you
if it's this good now, what's it gonna be like when there's a real fucking bull run when it comes? You know what I mean? Like,
have you listened?
And you know what? Everything in life, you have to put the time in. This is the time we're putting in right now. We're putting in the time to reap the rewards.
Build now.
100%. Jesse, speaking of building, have you heard any of my SPX albums? SPX music?
I have.
You haven't?
I've been really. I haven't yet. I know you've done it. I've been busy. Like I said, I took myself offline for like a month. I really needed to concentrate on other things. My wife is pregnant. I have a whole bunch of stuff going on, and I wanted to do this paper and do it to the best of my ability and stuff. So I haven't really had a lot of outside time of my own lately. I'm actually looking forward to turning this paper, and it's supposed to be turned in today, so I could then move on to something else.
I understand.
But the thing is, we're doing the work now. So imagine how much, how good you'll feel when you see the fruits of the labor come through. Like you'll be able to say, man, I was there. We were there when we dropped 85, 90%. And the attitude was better than it was when it was at 2 billion.
Yeah.
Like the attitude right now in the cognosphere is better than it was when it was 2 billion.
100%. Yeah. We're
100%.
triple, quadruple what we were then in terms of everything.
We're the only token that gained 150,000 wallets in an 87% drawdown. It's never been done before.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. Yeah.
I bring that in my lecture. So if you guys watch my lecture, you'll see that.
I'm taking the day off so I can watch it. Yeah.
Oh, good.
Because it's going to be live stream, so I'm like, I'll can a day at work and
Hoodish, we'll jump in like a live chat so we can watch it live or something. It'll be fun. Together.
I'm gonna throw a shout out to you guys right before I start my talk.
Maybe we run a space so everyone who's watching it can just discuss it real time. That'd be cool.
Yeah. That'd be cool.
That'd be cool. Why don't you run this at the same time
Good.
for people that aren't there?
You know what? Hoodish, I just do this, and I can live stream it on on the side. I can put a.
Can you make like a second? Can you make like an extra? Yeah, like that.
Where Hoodish is, we can put the live stream.
Yeah.
That would be really cool,
That'd
man.
be fun. And we can comment on it and.
You could be the conference outside the conference, so where people can go to actually participate in the conference if they're
The
not
Aussie
there.
hub. Yeah.
But what Jesse was saying there is spot on, and anyone who's had that doubt at the moment or in the last couple of months or whatever, just because everything's not booming right now doesn't mean that it's not going to eventually. Like we have such
but think about it. But we're booming
when it comes to.
But we're booming.
Yeah.
Like
I know.
Like connectivity wise, we're booming in the worst
100%.
time.
That's exactly what I'm saying.
That's what my songs are about, Jesse. You're gonna check them out on Spotify, man. You can just chuck in your.
I will. I promise. You have to send me the link, please.
8 albums so far. 8 albums I've dropped for SPX.
I love it.
So they're connecting with other Aeons right now.
British, I love you, but I'm telling you,
No, there's no.
I love it. Back to Alien Show.
Man, it's over. Cooked. Cannot get it out. I think I'm delayed.
You want to say goodbye?
I want to quickly.
My daughter want to say. My daughter is gonna sign off with us.
Hi. Oh, so cute. So cute. I have a 5-year-old daughter.
Well, this has been an amazing conversation. I hope that you guys invite me on again at some other point. I would love to do it. I appreciate it. I take it seriously, and I took it to heart, and I want you to know that I really, really enjoy talking and intellectualizing with you guys, and I'm excited to see what I'm excited to do this in real person one day in Australia.
Sure, no, I appreciate you coming on. Thank you very much.
Yeah, you can come stay at my place whenever you want, man. We've got some.
I want to see what Australia is at some point.
I don't know if you like that. I live in the bush, so if you want to come to the bush, like it's a fun place here.
I love everything. You know that already.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much.
I want the full experience. I want Sydney. I want the bush. I want the Barrier Reef. I want some fucking good food. I want it all.
I love it. Well, yeah, really, really appreciate you coming on today. Thanks for taking the time. I know you're a busy guy. You got lots going on. Congratulations on the the pregnancy and everything.
Thank you.
And
Thank you.
it's great to see that you're a big pillar of the community, that you've got success already and still you're in the community, right? And people have said that about me, as well. Like it's really good to see that we have a diverse amount of people. Like everyone's not just in SPX for money, right? They're in SPX because we believe in something.
Oh,
yeah,
that's right. Well, okay, so that's a great statement. You can't be in SPX for money because there hasn't been any money. You have to be in it because you love it and you believe in it. And when the money comes, again, remember, it's the journey.
Yeah, it's all the journey.
That's
all the journey.
So when the money comes, that's just going to be like cherry on top of ice.
Yeah.
Right. It's this. I want to see this happening in 10 years, no matter what happens with the price.
Oh, we haven't missed a single week. We're week 13 in a row now. Like this is episode 13 weeks in a row. Well, I want to keep doing this for as many years as we can. Let's go, Hoodish.
That's my point. and then it also at some point it'll take a life of its own. Maybe you have 1,000. What happens when you have 20,000 people tuning in? Now you're talking about sponsorships and all kinds of good stuff. That the Cognisphere is also a business.
It is eventually
a $300 million business right now, with the potential of already being $2 billion business, right? If not $100 billion. So there's lots of things that can start to happen, just like with Bitcoin, right? There's lots of things that can start to happen, and I would just caution my brothers and my Aeons to welcome things that are not maybe at some point more traditional things will start to come in. I would just caution you to not kick them away, to welcome them in and let them participate. Never to lose our soul, but to be smart and be business oriented as well at the same time. because
Awesome.
we have a brand. The most important thing is we have a brand that is going to be nationally and world known. You know, you're going to know it. Everyone's going to know this brand at some point. We might have, you know, gym clothing. You might have shows like you know what I'm saying. You might even at some point some of your guests might be a Deepak Chopra or a Darius J. Wright. You understand what I'm saying? Like this is the level that you guys can get to with this show because of SPX.
You know, you just blew my mind because I never thought of inviting anybody on the show other than Aeons, and now I'm thinking we could get some
No,
other
you
people on
have
as well.
to. Listen, you have to expand. You guys
Yeah, we
have the
can cross-
personality. You
cross
have the
promote, yeah.
personality. You have the intellectual conversationalism. So, you know, that those are the people that I talk to. Those are my people. I talk to Peter Diamandis. I talk like I'm in these circles with these people because of my businesses and other. I don't tell you guys, but besides Surgeon, I have 2 AI businesses and some a neo blockchain business in South America and stuff like that. So there's other things that of these circles, and you know, we have an ability. When I tell my friends, I've told Fortune 500 company CEOs about SPX. They were watching. They came. Some of the people came to the conference in Art Basel. You know, I have a company coming in Amsterdam. They're coming to watch my talk, and they do all the commercials in the world for Corona and for some other things. You know, so like you have the ability now to turn this show into, let's say, a Joe Rogan podcast.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. You have blown my mind because now I'm thinking outside the box a little bit more, which
And
I
let me tell
already
you something. It's not
usually
hard to
do,
get those
but
guys. We can get Bashir. You can get Darius J. Wright. They'll come and do a talk
I
with
think
you.
Darius J. Wright would be insane on this podcast. That might blow Hoodish's mind a little. We'll have to do some research.
I can get you a Sat Paul. I just had lunch with Sat Paul. He's amazing. He's an amazing guy out of London. I'll send you some stuff on him.
Yeah,
He's looking to expand his brand. He's got like 350,000 followers. He wants to do talks like this.
Yeah, we might be too small still for him. We've got 150.
Listen, he's a mystic. He's a mystic of the oneness. You would love him.
Oh, I would. Yeah, sounds great. Awesome. Thanks so much for coming on. Yeah, really appreciate it.
Appreciate it, Jesse.
Yeah, we'll be back again next week, everybody. I'm going to chuck the outro on now. Stay for the music and the outro.
I'm staying for the music in the outro.
And then we'll see you guys next time.
Look out yourself, mate.
Love you guys. Thank you so much for having me on.
Anytime.
SPX6900 DCAeon. SPX. Go in.